This is a web video for my website. This subject will cover karma. Karma is a subject I find interesting. It is and it is not what people think. When it comes to healing the human and the being, karma isn't always what it seems. You can think that something is just playing itself out as karma. That's not always true. Karma, according to the universal laws, is one thing. Karma, according to Earth's rules, are another. And karma, according to man's laws, that's a whole nother ball of wax. There's so many intricacies. And as a spirit and as a human, we have to try to find our way through all of them. And that's not always easy. When we're infants, we're born into innocence, and we have to find guidance through our parents, through our peers, everybody. And at first, it's very simple. The rules are very simple, but they become more complex. And then there's more authority figures who convince us that this is the way it's supposed to be. And there's more influences who convince us, well, you can do this. And then there's others who will impress us with other things, guilt, shame. It happens all through our life. It starts as children with our parents. They're there as our protectors and our teachers. From there, it's school figures. And whatever those school figures feel is necessary for us to learn. And their impressions upon rules and laws. And then you get into moving into society to work. And the rules that you have to deal with, not only as a society, but as in work rules. Parameters, showing up on time, things of that nature. All these things, they can become very complex and very demanding. And the reason that affects your karma, or what people think is karma, truly karma is just the universal rules. It's not about what the universe thinks of you. The universe has some simple laws and rules. Period. What happens is you put judgments on yourself. You allow others to put judgment on you for you. Clearly, if you go and purposely impede in someone else's life to do nothing else but to cause harm and damage, that is against the universe. But those are very simple, clear-cut cases, and they're not always clear-cut. Simple is not always simple when it comes to karma or the universal laws. Karma or the universal laws are about responsibility for yourself. You taking responsibility for you. You looking at yourself. Not as others judge you. Not as others would have you judge yourself. But how you look at yourself. And what got you there. We can morph into many things in our lives. And in doing this, we learn. We can learn from being bad and we can learn from being good. We can learn from kind of riding that edge. But we have to learn. And you don't learn if others are so bent on impressing upon you their agendas and dramas and their behaviors that you get pent up with energy negatively to the point where you can't look at what you've learned because it's not experience. Understand, experience has no energy there. Experience is what it is. There's no emotion behind it. You can observe it for what it is. It is a fact. It has some subjective matter to it, but it is a fact. The problem that can be created is when it's no longer experience. When something was intermingled with it. Like other people's shame. Shaming you. Making you feel guilty. Maybe there was a reason for it. Maybe that's how they're trying to teach you. Maybe it's their way of trying to help you understand punishment for things where you're impeding on others. Or maybe it's just them doing it to you. I can't tell you. Not here. In sessions, in the recordings, we undo the surrounding chatter so that you can determine if it is a productive experience or a productive outcome. Yes, that person did me a favor by teaching me or punishing me for this. I didn't go back and do it again, and I didn't harm others. Good. So it was a good experience. But you may have not learned it, or you may have not come to that conclusion just because of the way it came about. This comes back to karma and the fact that karma is not always what we think it is or as much as we think it is. The universe does come back to us, yes. But my experience is most of the time it's not the universe doing it. It's us doing it to ourselves or us allowing others to do it to us through their own impressions and implications. And when that happens, we need to sort that out. I'm not saying that it wasn't a good thought or that it wasn't a productive thought. But it still needs to be seen for what it is. The universe comes after you for many things. So there's no violation of other beings. But to say the universe is the reason that you've got constant hardships, sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's self-sabotage. Something we have allowed to happen, that we've allowed ourselves to do, be it, again, through our own choice or allowing others to make the choice and impress it upon us. This is where we take responsibility. That's what the recordings help with, is giving you the ability to take responsibility. Giving you the ability to make your own choices and look at your own experience and come to your own conclusions. I hope this has cleared up a little bit of what people call karma. I will call the universal laws. As a shaman, the universal laws are out there as guidance, as many other things are. As a spirit, negotiating them can be kind of tough. But there is a way. It's just we have to be honest with ourselves, responsible for ourselves, and respectful of ourselves. And they're implying that we also have to be respectful of other beings, also. That's part of the universe. Thank you for listening to this. I hope this finds you well. And I hope that these recordings will help you find the light at the end of your tunnel.